The Joker, a character cloaked in chaos, mystery, and unbridled madness. But is there a method to his madness? Today, we'll delve deep into the psyche of Batman's greatest adversary using the lens of psychology. The Joker's character is an epitome of antisocial personality disorder. His blatant disregard for societal norms and laws, coupled with a lack of empathy, is characteristic of this condition. He manipulates others for personal gain without remorse, exhibiting classic signs of this disorder. Moreover, his impulsivity is another key trait. The Joker's unpredictability and his risk-taking behavior, often with no regard for his or others' safety, is indicative of a lack of impulse control. This is often associated with conditions like ADHD and bipolar disorder. The Joker's sadistic nature further paints a graphic picture of his mental state. He derives pleasure from inflicting pain on others, a trait associated with sadistic personality disorder. His need for domination and control over others is a clear representation of this. He is also depicted as having a nihilistic worldview, believing that life is without objective meaning, purpose, or intrinsic value. This frames his destructive actions as attempts to demonstrate the meaninglessness of morality and societal constructs. The Joker's habitual lying is another prevalent trait. This pathological lying is often linked to antisocial or narcissistic personality disorders. His lies serve no purpose other than to confuse, manipulate, and control those around him. His infectious laughter, often during inappropriate situations, has been attributed to pseudobulbar effect. This is a neurological condition characterized by episodes of sudden, uncontrollable laughter or crying, disconnected from the individual's emotional state. The Joker often exhibits grandiosity, believing himself superior to others, even when his actions lead to failure. This trait is often associated with narcissistic personality disorder, which includes persistent patterns of grandiosity, a constant need for admiration, and a lack of empathy. His disregard for his physical well-being shows signs of self-destructive behavior. This not only puts his life at risk, but also indicates a lack of fear or acknowledgement of death. The Joker's chaotic lifestyle, lack of permanent residence, and inability to hold down a job point to the instability in his life. This is indicative of a chaotic and unstable upbringing, which often leads to such behavior in adulthood. His ability to manipulate the emotions of others and his charisma, despite his harmful intentions, can be attributed to traits of Machiavellianism. This is a personality trait in which a person is so focused on their personal interests they manipulate, deceive, and exploit others to achieve their goals. The Joker's backstory, often revised and inconsistent, implies a traumatic past. Traumatic events in early life can lead to severe personality disorders, exemplified by the Joker. The Joker's lack of remorse or guilt after his atrocious acts portrays a lack of conscience. This is a classic characteristic of psychopathy, another severe personality disorder. His flair for the dramatic and his theatrical presentation might suggest histrionic personality disorder. This is characterized by constant attention-seeking, emotional overreaction, and seductive behavior. The Joker's obsession with Batman can be analyzed as a form of dependent personality disorder. He seems to be emotionally reliant on Batman, needing him to define his existence and give his life purpose. His nonsensical, often contradictory philosophies suggest folk disorder, a psychiatric condition characterized by disorganized thinking and confused speech. His obsession with chaos and anarchy points towards a deeply ingrained lack of control in his own life. This can often be seen in individuals who have experienced severe trauma, leading to a compulsive desire to wreak chaos. The Joker's frequent incarcerations and subsequent escapes suggest an inability to learn from past mistakes. This is often a sign of diminished cognitive function or a lack of fear of punishment. His intense mood swings, from maniacal laughter to deep-seated rage, indicate a possible bipolar disorder. His highs and lows are extreme, even for this condition, hinting at an intense form of this disorder. Despite his chaotic nature, the Joker often exhibits high intelligence and strategic thinking. This juxtaposition adds to the complexity of his character and makes him an even more formidable foe for Batman. The Joker's ability to inspire and attract followers, despite his destructive nature, can be attributed to charismatic leadership. This is often seen in cult leaders and can be incredibly dangerous. His predilection for violence and lack of empathy towards his victims suggest a desensitization to violence. This can result from prolonged exposure to violent behavior. Finally, the Joker's constant battle with Batman can be seen as a compulsive need for validation. His actions often seem geared towards proving himself as Batman's equal or superior. In conclusion, the Joker is a complex character, and his behavior cannot be pinned down to one particular disorder. He embodies traits of various psychological conditions, making him both a fascinating and terrifying character.